Welcome back to another Minecraft modern house tutorial. This one is mainly built out of birch planks and quartz planks. So remember that this is just mainly comprised of two materials and it's pretty simple to build. I don't have the lengths on this one because it was actually a few mistakes made, but just follow along with the tutorial and I'm sure you'll do very well. So in order to start, we're going to use our quartz and we're going to build 4 blocks along the ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build 3 blocks this way. So 1, 2, 3. So in total, what we're doing is building a 4x4 square, just like this. There we go. And that's going to be the entrance to the house. So if you want to start to build your house, this is what you need. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 55 seconds. Come. Then what we need to do is we need to use our birch planks and we need to start by building on the edge here, and we're going to build around. So we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to come across here and we're going to build 1, 2, 3, just like that. So it's the same length as that. Then we're going to come across here and build 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to come over to here and we're going to build an additional 21 blocks. So counting this one, it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's 22 blocks from there to there. Okay. Now that that is done, make sure you also have a block there. Now that is done, we're going to continue on. We're going to destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. Then we're going to place 11 blocks in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just like that. Then along here, we're going to place some birch like that. Then what we are going to do now is we're going to go over here and we're going to destroy along here like this. 1, 2, 3. And place the wooden in here. Then what we are going to do is we're going to take our quartz slabs and we're going to build a layer here. Then we're going to place a block of quartz here, another one behind, and a third layer of quartz slabs on top. And then what we're going to do is build the fourth and final layer of 2 blocks high like this. 2 blocks high, not 3. So 2 blocks. So it should be 4 blocks leading up just like that. So that's what we should have there. Then now that that is done, we now need to continue on with this build. So in going to this build, we now need to add ourselves some blocks on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves 2 blocks of birch like this. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, just like that. Then we're going to build this birch all the way across here like this. Then we're going to build this up like this. And then what we're going to do is from here where we are, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And then that that's done, we're then going to continue on with the build. So continuing on, what we need to do is we need to build up 2 blocks. So add 1, 2 here, just like that. So add a second layer along here. Then we're going to continue this layer all the way until the end. So continue this layer all the way on until the end. Like this. Just like that. And now that that is done, we now need to continue on with this build. So we're going to continue on with the 2 blocks here, here. And then we're going to wait until it lines up with this. So don't go further than this. And then when it comes here, connect it up. So now that that is done, now that that is connected up, we're then going to use our birch. And then we're going to build that. I don't know how to explain that. Just build that. And then we're going to put some grass in the middle of this area right here. Like this. There we go. And now that that is done, we're now going to get ourselves some black stained glass paint. And then we're going to build across the edge like this. There we go. There we go. And there's that done. And then, of course, now we just need to continue on with this build. So I'm going to be continue with the frame of the house. We are going to continue with this side. So we're going to start and we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4. So in total, it should be 5. Then we're going to build this wall, extend it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build up another pillar all the way to the same, but we're going to bring it to more than 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 5. So that's 4. So along here, it should be 5 blocks if you count it. It should be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just what I use to count. And then, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Then along the top, we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like that. And then, so now that that is done, we are now going to move on to the next part of the house. which is this side. So we're now going to come over to this side of the house, and this is where we can start adding our links. So we want to come over to here, and we want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on 10th block here, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do that 8 times. So 1 already done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll know it's right if there's 5 blocks here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to build this all the way up just like this. Just like that. There we go. So now that that's done, that is a good length for us to have. We need to continue on with the front of the build. So now that that's done, we need to continue across. We need to add 1, 2, 3 blocks here. Then we need to come behind here and we need to add 7 blocks. So just add this block because it's a corner block. It doesn't really count. So in fact, we're going to do this in white so you guys know it doesn't count. And then we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over to here and we're going to continue this on. We're going to add 8 blocks, but counting this one actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. And as you guys can see, it matches up perfectly with this. So now all we need to do is we need to extend this basically. And we're going to add 1 over here. It's already 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. As you guys can see, that lines up perfectly as it should. Then we're going to go across the back here and we're going to extend this out with the wood. So extend this out just like that. Extend this out just like that. Then what we now need to do is we need to come down here and then we need to join this up just like that. So join that to that part. And then now that that is done, we now need to continue on with this part. So essentially what we need to add now is we need to add some stairs going up to the top. And we also need to add the deck here. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the area where the courts will be. And I'm also going to add the front part where the basically thing will be. Let's just do it. So we need to take our quartz and then we need to build. We need to come over to the front here and then we need to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So this is going to be the front area. Then the layer behind this is going to be where everything's on. So we need to add a 4th layer just like this. And then we need to build this all the way back up until this point right here. So we're going to just add ourselves 4 quartz. Just like this all the way until the edge. And then we're going to do the same across here. So essentially build the quartz all the way along the edge here. And then we're just going to fill this in all the way along the edge like this. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to fill that in just like that. So now that that's done, what we now need to do is we need to continue on with our quartz. And we need to add ourselves the doors. So we're going to come over to the right hand side here, get ourselves the doors. And these are birch doors. So then when we come over here, so we're going to count from this point right here. So this point 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to place 2 doors here. Well, on the edge actually. So we're going to place them like right here and here. If that makes sense. If you guys can see. So when you count from here, it should be 1, 2, 3 and a half, essentially, if that makes sense. So a half because there's a door right there. Then we're going to need to get some, then you need to go ahead and get some light gray stained glass. And then what we need to do is build 1, 2, 3, just like that. 1, 2, 3, then add some across the top. Then we're going to get our quartz and we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead again and we're going to add ourselves some paned glass. So glass panes. We actually want to get ourselves the light gray ones. So there we go, light gray glass panes. And then we're going to add ourselves 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to add a block of quartz here, just 3. And I'm going to add the light gray glass like this in the middle, just adding it up. There we go. Now that's done. We then need to come over to here and we need to add ourselves another pillar of light gray stained glass. Then we're going to add ourselves 2 more of quartz, just like this. Then when we come over here, we're going to add ourselves a pillar, 2 pillars of birch, like this, 2, 2, 2. And then it builds up here, just like this, 2, and then another block here. Then we need to join this up. So we need to build this across here. And this should join up like that. There we go. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's fucking wrong. And then what we want to do is we want to take our birch wooden blocks and we want to come over to here and we want to extend this out because it's supposed to join up like this. Then we want to bring that down just like that. There we go. Then what we want to do is you want to come over to this area right here and we want to break 2 blocks in just like this. I think, no, in fact. Then after doing that, what we want to do, we want to come over here with our blocks and we want to build this all the way across. Then we want to see the back here and then join this up like this. There we go. And then now essentially in the middle area here, we want to just add ourselves some birch wood blocks. So all along here in this middle area, that's what we're going to do. Now, as you guys can see that is done. That is the main portion of the house done. Of course, on the side here, we're going to add some stuff, which is going to be birch planks. So add 2 more layers here, just like that. There we go. Then now that is done, we want to make sure we continue on with this. So of course, what we're going to do now is we're going to add the frame at the top. So essentially for the frame at the top, what we want to do is you want to add ourselves 1 more layer here, just like that. Then what we want to add is we want to add 2 more quartz like that. Then what we want to add to ourselves is we want to add ourselves 3 blocks like this, 1, 2, 3, just like this. And then what we want to do is we want to get ourselves some more quartz, and then we want to line it up with this. And we want to come over here, wherever this is, and then we want to count 3 blocks back. So we want to count from, not from here, but in fact, let's line this up again. Then you want to count 4 blocks back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the 5th one, you want to place your block of quartz just like that, which is basically right next to this. And then essentially on this area right here, you want to add yourself a different layer of quartz. So 2 more like this. And as you guys can see, that's how it will look. So realistically, I could have just told you to come to this corner here and do that instead, because that would have been much easier. So just come to this corner and then just build down more quartz and build down more quartz from there. And essentially now, in the spaces between, so essentially what you want to do is you want to get your glass stained pane, and in this area here, just go around the edge like this, and just fill that area in. And then put some more area in here. There we go. Just like that. But yeah, and then essentially you want to do the same here. So just build all the way around and then build all the way around and then join it up. And then now that that's done, as you guys can see, now that that's done, we now need to get ourselves some more glass panes. And we need the black stained glass panes. And we need to use that to build around the edge. So we're going to take that from here. We're then going to come around the edge. We're going to build 2 in, and then we're going to build all the way across. And then when it gets to this point, it will just join automatically like that. And then we're going to do something similar right here. We're going to come to this point right here. Then we're going to 1 block away from here. We're going to build all the way around, just like this. Like that. And then we're going to join this up. There we go. Like that. There we go. And then now that is that part done. So now that that part is done, we now need to continue on with the build. In order for us to continue on with the build, we need to do this bit area over here. So in order for us to do that, we need to get ourselves our quartz. And then, of course, underneath this area right here, we need to build ourselves 2, 2, 2, just like that. Then what we need to do is we need to get ourselves our birch stairs. And we need to come over here, and then we need to destroy these 2, place 2 birch stairs, place 2 more birch stairs. Then what we need to do again is we need to get ourselves some birch planks, like that. Then we're going to place ourselves 2 more birch planks like that. Then we're going to come over to this side and place 2 more birch stairs. And then we're going to place 2 more birch stairs like that. Then over here, what we're going to do is we're going to place ourselves more birch planks like this in that area. And that is that part right there. So now, of course, underneath this area here, we're going to make sure that we destroy this quartz and then just fill it with the birch wood, just like that. And then, of course, over here, we're going to fill this with birch wood as well. Then now that that is done, we're now going to, of course, extend this area out. So this area needs to be extended and then blocked off like that. So now we're going to come back here. There we go. And that is that bit done. So now for this area right here, we're just going to add ourselves some grass like this. There we go. There we go. That's done. And now all we need to do is we need to do the other parts of the house. So this will be the back part of the house and the other sides, because the main area is done and the rest part is just pretty much decoration. Now we're going to work on the left side of the house. So for the left side of the house, just pull up the left side image. We're going to continue this on. So essentially what we need to do is we need to get our light stained glass panes. And all we need to do is build across 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. That's 4. Then we use our block of quartz and build 1, 2, 3. Then we build ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to build ourselves another 2 more quartz blocks on the edge. 1, 2. And then what we're going to do is build 2 more here, just like that. And then 2 more on top and 2 more on top. And then with the glass, we're going to fill in the glass, this area here. I know this looks weird right now, but it'll make sense. Trust me. So now that that's done, essentially what we need to do is, of course, we need to extend the wall. So we're going to extend the wall to the edge and 1 block more. Then we're going to basically use this birch and build it all the way down to the ground, just like this. Then we're going to build this to the top like this. And then we're going to connect them across the tops like this. There we go. So now that's done, as you guys can see, we now need to add this area, fill it entirely with birch wood, which I'm going to do now. So now that's filled in, there is an optional design element that you can do. Essentially, it's just starting at the edge, you add 2, then you add 3, and then you add 2, and then you add 3, and then you add 2, and then you add 3. And that's basically what the design is. You can do whatever you want here, but that's just what the design is like. Then we come onto the back part of the house. So now for the back part of the house, you want to get your birch planks, and then you want to count from here. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you want to come over to here. And you want to, essentially, you want to come over to this point right here. So right where this glass area is, I don't know what to call this. You want to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should, in fact, this should actually connect. So whatever this is, this should connect. So in this case, it's 4. So this should connect up. And then what we want to do is bring this all the way across the edge like this. And then now that that's done, what we want to do is you want to come over to this point right here. And we want to count 9 blocks. So essentially from here, so we want to, in fact, is it not just the same at the bottom? So yeah, it should probably be the same at the bottom. So here we want to count 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then on the 10th one, we want to build straight down like that to the ground. Well, it connects anyways. Then we want to build to the top. Then we want to come over here like this. And then what we want to do now is we want to, in this area here, you don't want to build anything. So just connect this bottom part up like here. Then in this area, you want wood. So just add that. And this area here, don't build anything like I said. And then now for this area at the bottom, we're going to extend it out because it's like a sort of a back garden area-ish, I guess you could say. So we're going to extend it out by... So we're going to come over to this area right here and we're going to extend it out by 2 blocks. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to build across 1. Well, it's going to be total 8 blocks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to build inwards again, just like we did on that side. And then now that that's done, we're going to basically connect the top part to the bottom, just like that. So now that that is done, we're now, of course, going to add some black stained glass on this area. Take that from there, build that on the edge, like that. Then now that that is done, we now need to add the windows in here. So on either side, we need 2 blocks of quartz. So 2 blocks of quartz here, then 2 pillars here. The same on the bottom, 2 pillars here, like that. Then on here, it's the same, 2 pillars, like that. Then what we now need to do is we now need to continue on with this design. So around the edge here, what we need to do is add a black stained glass panes, just like that. Then along in the middle in here, we need to add the light stained glass panes. So add them here, like this. There we go. There we go. And now that that's done, we need to do the same at the bottom. So just add some wood so it's much easier to place. And then we're going to place that here along the bottom. So now that that is done, that is the majority of the build done. Of course, the downstairs area is kind of like an outside bit area. So for the downstairs area, what you essentially want to do is... So for the back area, you want to add your birch wood and you want to come across the long edges here and fill it in with wood, just like this. There we go. And then at this area right here. Then basically along the top, of course, you want to add your birch planks. So that's fairly simple. So I'm going to do that with a mod. I'm going to do here as well. So make sure you fill in that area as well. So now that that is done, Jesus Christ, I can't see anything. So now here, now that we're basically just finishing up, all we need to do now is we need to get ourselves with the the birch wood. So then build down like this into the ground. Then add the wall along here. Build that down into the ground as well from there. Then we want to do here, just add a wall of birch planks. So I'm just going to do that with a mod because it's easier. So now that that's done, all we want to do on this side here is once again, just add birch planks like this. Now, in this area right here, we want to add ourselves a block of quartz like this. There we go. Just like that. So just add this area, fill this area in. Then, of course, come across here and just fill this area in like this. So with this area here, all you essentially want to do is you want to just add yourself some slabs. Then add yourself a block. Then some more slabs, just like that. Then this area right here this is where you're going to be adding a door. So you essentially want to add an inward area. So add one layer here. Then what you need to do is you need to add yourself the door. So add yourself a frame. So add quartz around the edges. Move, please, like this. And then add yourself the door here. So essentially this is the door frame. And then you want to add yourself the door. Now the door should be built out of birch because it just fits the theme. But if you decided to use wood, then you could do whatever you want. But yeah, that's what the tutorial says. So, as you guys can see, that's the back of the house. This is the side of the house. This is the front of the house. And essentially, if you're wondering how do I get to the second floor, well, you go up the stairs and here's the second floor. But how do I enter the second floor? That is a good question. So now all you need to do is you need to come inside the house. And of course, you need to just clean things up. So inside the house, you just need birch planks, essentially, because quartz is okay. But, you know, it's not great for building things on. So essentially, just add yourself the birch planks. I mean, you could use quartz if you want on the bottom. And then on the top, add yourself the other thing. But I just prefer wood because I just think it just makes sense. So just add a lot of wood here. In fact, I'm just going to use the mod because it's so much quicker. One thing that I did forget to mention is that on the back end here, I actually did this wrong. This layer is supposed to be cut out. So cut out this layer and then just add another layer of wood, the birch wood. And then essentially when we need to go around here, just destroy that. Then we need to do this like this, just like that. There we go. And then, of course, when you add your wooden flooring in, it will line up and make sense like this. So that should be that done. Of course, if you don't want bats, just make sure you add lights in your house. These bats, definitely. I don't know how to not get them to spawn. Genuinely one of the most frustrating things in the game. So, of course, if you want to add an area for you to get inside to the house, you can just add a door like here. You could also add a door there. It's really up to you, but I would just add a door here because it just looks better and just looks nicer. You could also add a stairs on the inside that way, but it's just not as great. So now, of course, the details. For the final details of the house, you want to make sure you add some sunbeds here. So add yourself some sunbeds here and here. And then, of course, on this part right here, you just want to add yourself some more sunbeds like this. Then what you want to do is you want to get yourself some leaves, I believe. Yep, leaves. And then you want to get yourself some fences. And then you want to get yourself some fences here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place the leaves like that. So 2, 2, 2, and 2. There we go. And then, of course, you want to get yourself some fences and then place some here, 2 here, just like that. And then here again, you can pretty much place whatever you want. You can just bone meal it because that's what looks most nice. So just add some bone meal there. Add some nice vegetation, and there is your final house. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one.